everyone was a child at one point. Some people still are really young that may be watching this video, which means a lot of us were familiar with different type of punishments our parents or guardians would put out against us. And now looking back on them, some of them were really weird. Like, some people were younger and they would like say a bad word, and parents would literally put soap in their kids' mouths. What is that doing? I mean, like, I don't understand the concept of putting soap in their mouth. You're not cleaning out their mouth. You're just being a dickhead, making their mouth taste like soap, and soap tastes nasty. You know what I'm saying? And other times, like, parents would whoop their kids over stupid shit, like stupid shit their kid does that doesn't affect anyone but themselves. I have a story about that, little anecdote. I was younger, maybe about 6 or 7. It was the last day of school, so I was happy as shit. We get out of school, I go down to my grandma's house. All my cousins playing over there. Then I go in my grandma's bathroom. I use the bathroom. I look in the sink. I wash my hands. There's a razor sitting right there. You know, like one of those like shaving razors, right? So I'm like, cool. And I was 7, so the only hair I had on my face was my eyebrows. So I shaved off about 75% of my eyebrow, and I tried to cover it up for the day, so I went back outside, started playing with my cousins. They were like, Roach, what happened to your eyebrow? And I was like, nothing. Then me and my mom and my brother went to a restaurant, and my mom was like, Roach, what's wrong with your eyebrow? And I was like, Mom, sometimes I get nervous and I start pulling out my eyebrow hairs. And she was like, oh, we need to take you to a doctor. Then she was like, all right, Roach, tell me the truth. And I was like, okay. I cut my eyebrow with a razor. And I went home and I got a whooping for that. Why? I if anything, if that was my child that cut their eyebrow, I would just let them walk around looking like a dumbass to let them learn what they did. Luckily, it was summer, so my eyebrow grew back over, like, you know, the time. But why am I getting punished? I'm the dumbass here. It's my fault. I'm not bothering anyone else. I cut my own eyebrow, and I don't think I should have got a whooping for that. So, you know. And you also know what's crazy? My mom wouldn't get mad at me if I got into a fight at school. Mostly because I didn't bother anybody. But you don't get mad at me when I get into a fight at school, physically hurting other people. But you give me a whipping for cutting my own fucking eyebrow? Come on, Mom. Lock in, man. What is that? Then on the last day of school, my brother, some kid was bothering him in class, and he stood up. He was like, "Get the fuck back," or something like that. Now, mind you, he was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, so you know that's a big deal cussing in class like that. Like, so my mom got pissed off at him, and we both got the whipping the same night. He said this the same night in which I cut off my eyebrow. And just thinking back on it, I didn't need to get a whipping for that. Like, me being embarrassed and shit because I did something stupid was enough. It took, my eyebrows still don't look right to this day. It still looks weird. But honestly, there's other punishments that I've seen people get. Like, there's a friend of mine that I know that oh, my voice cracked, that I know that they went somewhere with their dad, and their dad got pissed off at them for something they did. So their dad made that nigga get out of the car and start walking back home. You're a sick nigga, bro. Like, this, it's a little funny. Nah, it's a little, just a little bit funny. But I'm sure other people have more interesting stories than I do of child punishments, because I'm not a bad kid. Like, when I was younger, I was like really quiet. Like, I barely spoke to anybody, family included. And I didn't get in much trouble, which still makes me wonder why I got a whooping for cutting my eyebrow. It's my eyebrow. I'm not bothering anybody else. It might hurt them to look at my ugly ass, but that's about it. And another punishment is like getting beat with something that isn't a belt is insane. Like, when I was younger, I didn't know. Here's another story. When I was younger, I didn't know what being sarcastic or being a smartass was. So me and my mom were doing some homework one time, and she was like, okay, whose folder is this? And I was like, whose folder do you think it is? And I didn't know anything about being sarcastic. I didn't understand that shit. Yeah, I was like 5 years old. So I turned my eyes to the right, and I like look away from her. She just come across my face, boom, slapped me in my shit. I'm like, why? What did I do? And she was like, you know what you did, yo smart ass. And then I learned what being a smart ass was. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like my mom, but like, I see where she was coming from there. If my kid said some shit like that, I'm throwing them into the fireplace type shit I'm on, you feel me? So if anything, I really got off easy. Like I remember another time when me and my me and my dad was working on the roof. And I had made him mad, so he threw my ass off the roof. I fell, but luckily I did like a quadruple, front flip and landed like Spider-Man type shit. So I was safe, but not everybody could get down like that. Like another time, my dad got mad at me, so we went outside. He threw my ass up into space. So of course I was a little irritated. I had to come to space, so I fell back down. My clothes caught on fire in the atmosphere and shit. But I just started flying and flew back home type shit. Not everybody could get down like that, but that's all I got for y'all today. If y'all fuck with the video, like, sub, do all that. Share some of what you went through with child punishments in the comments, but don't trauma dump. We don't give a shit if you're sad. I'm just kidding. If you want somebody to talk to, find someone. Leave me alone though. But if you got punished as a child and shit and you think it's funny, drop them in the comments. But if you like getting beat with irons and metal rods and shit, go see a therapist. Love y'all. Bye.